Hello and welcome, everyone. My name's Lai, and today we are heading back into Palworld. For a recap, last episode we put in the work building up the base, catching some pals, and getting some of the tutorial done. Our goal for today is to get the tutorial completed, catch some more useful pals, and begin making an effort to turn our base into a production hub. Let's get started. I came into the world starving, which is a whole mood right there. Checking our tutorial, we need to build up the base, catch the rest of the 30 pals, and challenge the boss at the Syndicate Tower. I took a moment to remember what I had on hand and what I would need in the near future. I went ahead and decided to craft the parachute and had to deal with this little dork not helping me out. Oh no, come back! Where's he harvesting? Harvesting what? It is night, and different pals come out at night. I set my sights on this Hookrides and was not paying attention when its friend set its sights on me. Oops. Fortunately, the Hookrides did stay captured and went into my pal pocket? What would I call this? Anyway, after getting my belongings, I noticed a daydream and went for it. Well, this is a fantastic start to the episode. I headed back to the base to regroup. The Syndicate Tower boss is electric, and I tried to take stock of any ground type pals I had. As of now, I only had Gumas, and I couldn't remember where any other ground type pals lived. After a bit, I remembered the Rushor were ground. I gathered my team together and headed off with a single sphere in my hand. I made it to the Red Forest and started my exploration. Out in this area lived Rushors and Fixies. Fixies are great in the ranch because you can get more spheres dug up from them. With only one sphere in my inventory, I decided I'd catch whatever I saw first, a Rushor or a Vixie. That decision was tested when I saw a Liftmunk in the distance and remembered it has a machine gun, which I find hilarious. I grabbed another sphere, found a chest with more, and if my aim had a freak moment of accuracy, I could get both pals I needed. I ran around and hunted down the two pals I wanted, taking time to explore the map a little. After a successful hunt, I headed back to the base and took stock of the abilities of the pals I caught. I set up the pals to work, finished some crafts, and began building up the base to rank it up. When I went to craft some more, this little pal freaked out on me. Excuse me. I needed supplies and headed out to chop some trees and mine some ore. I noticed a really neat pal down by the river, but at twice my level, I decided that would have led to my death. Once I had my supplies, I went back to build, and now the Pangolin was in my way. I scooted him aside to begin building. I built some more beds, and when I went to check out some of my pals, the Pangolin found an egg. Where did that come from? What? To my great disappointment, not a single one of my pals would chop wood. The only two I could think of were the Ectodeer and the Liftmunk, and the deer were a higher level than me. Figuring the Liftmunk would be easier, I headed off to hunt one. In the end, I was the one who was hunted. I ran back to my belongings and continued my hunt for the Liftmunk. After what felt like hours, I finally came across one that was asleep. I woke it up with a single hit, and thus began the chase. After that single pal capture, I ended up lost in the woods. Fortunately, the map had cleared enough for me to see a waypoint, so I headed over that way to head back to the base. I was in the middle of sorting pals for the base when I got the warning of a raid, and I freaked out. Everyone's asleep. How do I wake them up to help fight? Fortunately, they did wake up, but I got caught in the crossfire trying to catch a pal and died. Fortunately, I was already in the base, so that was nice, I guess. After some base work, I headed off to try and level up. Running around, I saw a dungeon and went inside for the experience, but then remembered Fuddler lives in caves. I found one right away and was super excited. That was another ground type from my team. Because I caught it, I wasn't too interested in exploring, so I headed off towards the boss room. The dungeons are pretty straightforward, so I knew where the boss was for this one. There is a current trick, though, at the time of this recording. If you peek at the boss and you don't want that one, you can turn around and run back to the other room. When you go back, it will reload the boss and it can change. This one happened to be a chickpea, and I just wanted to kill it to get the treasure, so I went ahead to fight it with the little buddies it has. I was so focused I wasn't looking at my ammo and ran out of arrows in the middle of the fight. Foxsparks had proven it was eager to kill, so it put in the work to take out the boss. After a successful boss capture, I headed out of the dungeon, grabbing my treasure rewards along the way. This is where we're going to end it for today. We upgraded the base and finished collecting the 30 pals for the tutorial. All we have left is to challenge the Syndicate boss. I think 11 is a little low, so we'll level up and then take out the boss next time. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have you here. I'll see you next time. Bye!